All right, thanks for watching the channel today. I just want to give a quick video about the word chance and what we should think about that word. Well, here I got into this discussion with someone in the comments section on YouTube, and he says this denies the wisdom of Solomon in Ecclesiastes 9:11. Calvinist, what he calls determinist theology, where Solomon says not in Ecclesiastes 9:11, time and chance happens to everyone. And he goes on to describe why, because of this one phrase from this one verse taken out of context, that means that there's some kind of concept as chance that it really exists in the world. And I called him out on that and how that's kind of nonsense. But as our discussion goes on, I kind of give him the context of what Ecclesiastes is. It's the point of Ecclesiastes is from man's perspective under the sun, how hopeless and vain life can appear to be without reference to God. All is vanity, etc. And he just keeps going on here. And the thing is, I'm just pressing him on, what do you mean by chance? Is Solomon here affirming some kind of epistemic uncertainty of human beings? Is he, affirming chance as the concurrence of secondary causes? Or is Solomon affirming some kind of uncaused event? And, the point of the passage is observational. If you read Ecclesiastes 9, it talks about the swift not always winning, the strong do not always prevail, human beings they're not always able to predict outcomes, etc. But it doesn't establish some kind of metaphysical luck, some kind of impersonal force, which we're going to see that definition here in a second. But, he just keeps going on, and he will not define what chance is. We goes on and on and on, and I keep going on, and this other person jumps in, and they, think that simply by quoting some verses here, by chance a priest was going down that road, and when he saw him, he passed on the other side. So this is really simple, folks. This is a book by Poythress. It's available on framepoythress.org. This is Chance and the Sovereignty of God, and this is really simple, guys. The English word chance has a range of uses, and this comes from Merriam-Webster's. It can be something that happens unpredictably without discernible human intention or observable cause. Anytime you see chance in the Bible, this is how it's being used. It's unpredictable from our perspective. There's no discernible human intention. There's no observable cause to our eye. But then when you get down to this definition, the assumed impersonal, purposeless determiner of unaccountable happenings, something like luck, this is paganism, guys. Christians can't accept this. I encourage you to read Frame's and Poythress' book here. All right, thanks for watching.